All right, we just talked about this. The next obvious step, now that the fish is moving on his own and the shark is moving on his own, is to be able to have the fish or the shark actually pursue that fish and catch the fish when he gets a chance to eat him. Or eat the fish when he gets a chance to catch him, I guess is the proper way of saying that. So let's go ahead and add that in. This, it turns out, is really not that much different from the previous game that we created. Again, we have to ask the question about whether the shark should look for the fish or the fish should look for the shark. And if you watched the very opening video, you saw that long term with this, I want to have more than one fish swimming around in this ocean. And in this case, to me, the decision is obvious. I mean, not only when the shark eats the fish is the fish going to disappear, which suggests the fish should have that capability. The fish should be the one looking. But the issue is, if I'm going to have multiple fish, I'd rather have each of the three fish looking to say, am I touching the shark, than the other way around. Because if it's the other way around, the shark has to say, am I eating fish 1? And separate from that, am I eating fish 2? And separate from that, am I eating fish 3? It's easier to have fish 1, 2, and 3 each asking the question, am I touching the shark? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm in the fish, which is the right mode to be in with this. I want to have the fish do exactly what it's been doing, just like with the bananas. And the idea is, when I'm done doing all that movement, I want to ask the question that says, am I touching the shark? And so let's see, that was under sensing, not motion. Am I touching the shark? And if I am touching the shark, then I want to, and again, same exact set of commands we basically did in the previous game. We want to hide. I know eventually I'm going to want to show. I want to add a point. So let's go to variables, make the variable score. Change score by 1. Wait some amount of time. So that's the, control, wait some amount of time. Let's make it random this time. Let's have it wait somewhere between 1 and 3 seconds. Let's have it go to a completely random place on the board, because the problem, of course, is if he just shows up right where he disappeared from, the shark is going to just be able to stand right there and eat him. So I want him to go to a completely different random point on the board, and there's this really nifty block that allows us to do that. Go to some brand new position on the board and then show. And so, I mean, this is not too bad. Let's fix our places, everybody, right? Our places, everybody says the score has to go to 0. Set score to 0. And the fish places, everybody should say, I want to make sure that I am visible when the game starts, right? So show. I went through that very, very quickly because none of what I just did is really new. It's all a variation of what I did in the previous game with the monkey and the bananas. It's just a new position with the shark and the fish. So the shark is going to pursue the fish. He eats the fish. Fish goes away. Eventually the fish comes back. Right? It's some random number. He got the fish. Yum, yum, yum. Right? Not too bad. And just in case we wanted to make sure that we had this right, let's actually add in a sound effect with that. Maybe the fish, we should hear a kind of a chomping noise. I'm going to add that for the sake of argument. Oh, let's add that for the sake of argument under the shark. Okay? The shark should be making the chomping noise, right? So let's go to sounds, and we want to add, let's see, what's, perfect, there's a good chomping noise. Bite. It's even there. It's just part of the shark to begin with. So I want that shark to make a chomping noise when he eats the fish. But now wait a minute. How does the shark know he eats the fish? You may remember in my previous video that I told you that it is a really bad idea to do what I'm about to do. I'm going to say if the shark is touching the fish, then I want to make that chomping sound. So we're going to play the bite sound until done. Okay? And so this is something that I told you in a previous video was a bad thing to do, because I've got the shark looking for the fish and the fish looking for the shark. And I want to show you, and I'm hoping that I can get this to happen. Let's do this. So, he caught it, but notice something. I want you to pay attention to what just happened there. I actually caught the fish, he made the chomping noise, but the fish didn't disappear. Then I caught the fish a second time, and the fish disappeared, but the chomp didn't happen. Now, you might not have noticed that because both things happened, but I actually think the way I watched that there were two catches in there, and each time only one thing happened. Okay, there was a good example. I did catch him. That was good. 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 Right now, everything is working the way I want it to, but if I do this right, and I play it for a couple of times, there we go. You just saw the fish actually, the shark touched the fish, it made the chomping noise, but the fish didn't go away. And if I get lucky, what I'm really trying to get is the exact opposite. I'm trying to get a situation where I catch the fish. There I did. I caught the fish, but the chomp didn't happen. Okay? I'm going to stop this video right now because it's getting to be long enough. I'm going to explain the problem with looking both directions in the next video.